Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into the EKU Tailgate Show live on WBON TV, the Colonel Club Facebook page, and on 100.7 The Coyote, the flagship station for EKU Sports. We're here with the flagship man of EKU Sports, the man in charge, Matt Roan, joining us here on the Tailgate Show. And Matt, as we get started today, it's an absolutely perfect day for football. A lot of stuff going on here in Central Kentucky, but a big game here in Richmond as well.
No, it is a big one for us. It's the opportunity to come back home or stay at home, but to come back to where we can, a time of the day where we can turn the lights on. It's an opportunity for us to play our first AQ7 game.
Yep.
So we're excited about that. After 73 years, this is our first new conference game. And so just, a lot of stuff is, to your point, between Richmond and Lexington and everything that's happening between the two communities. Just really, really excited to be a part of it today.
You look at Abilene Christian, they're the first AQ7 conference game. It's a big deal for us because we need to get off to a good start in this conference because then we head on the road for a little bit before coming back home for Halloween.
Yeah, it's the AQ7. I think when you look at 1 through 7, it's tough.
Yeah.
And these are quality opponents that are coming in here. I know our fans probably don't know a ton about Abilene Christian, who they are. But I will tell you, having been in the Southland Conference with them, who they are is a very well-coached, very disciplined team with a lot of great athletes, good quarterback play. So to get off on the right foot, knowing that we're going to UCA, a bye week that follows that, then we come back here on October 30. It's one game at a time, but you have to look at it in the aggregate. From my seat, this would give us a great head start in league play and put us off on the right foot.
We talk about football obviously here today, but sports in general off to a hot start with volleyball and soccer and track and field or cross country right now taking a big are doing a big thing as well. Had the ceremony last week with the new building being named after the former coach Erdman. So I feel like everything is kind of moving in a very quick pace for the sports department here at EKU. Talk about what it's been like for you with how everything's been moving and shifting around and being a new member in this new conference, what it's been like with that.
It has been interesting. For me, I go back to February 1st of 2020. Never in a million years that I realized 6 weeks after getting started that I'd be not able to be around our coaches, to be around our staff, and to certainly be around our student athletes. And then, I feel like this year kind of re-emerging somewhat, it's made everything that much quicker. I don't know if we had gotten accustomed to a slower pace, but now we're back in the full swing of things. And for us as a department, Michael, I always tell our coaches, we're partners, and our administration, our staff, and our coaches, we work together, and we just want to make sure that we're on that upward trajectory. And you talk about cross country, the historical success, and that's a program that we're very, very confident in. But football, with volleyball, with soccer, I do feel like we're doing this, with our non-conference competitions, now getting into the conference competitions. I feel like we're in a really good spot. But, for us, I think the ASUN has been a big piece of that excitement, that momentum, playing new opponents, going to new places and playing different folks. And it's just a good time, a lot of excitement, a lot of momentum, but we just got to harness it and use it.
Yeah. Let's talk about ticket sales for folks. Maybe I know if you are thinking about, what am I going to do today? Where can I go today? It's a big game here in Richmond. If folks maybe want to come over and at the last minute decide, okay, I want to go watch the game today, where can they go to get tickets for tonight or today's game?
Anytime you can go. 24/7. You can go to EKUsports.com. But we have tried to go a little bit more digital. It's a best practice, obviously, in COVID times. We have tried to go much more digital, but we heard loud and clear from our fan base that, hey, we missed that piece where we can go to a ticket booth. So, you come right here to Roy Kidd Stadium today, anytime before 6 o'clock. We're going to have tickets for sale, and we hope people will join us and make it a great home field environment just like they have the first 3 weeks.
Well, you guys are busy, and so I'll let you go right after this. But just talk about, again, the game today and the atmosphere here at Roy Kidd Stadium with what you've seen these first 3 weeks, with the attendance being what it has been, with the Colonel Courtyard, the new tailgate facility being what it is. The atmosphere has been so much fun. It's got to be cool to be a part of that and see what you guys have created here within the team and the university.
It's been a lot of fun. Again, when I talk about that partnership, the main thing that I want our staff to understand is that, what we do on a daily basis, what we do on a game day, there's a correlation between results and success.
Yeah.
And I have to give a ton of credit to our staff, not just the Colonel Courtyard, but what we've done outside in the tailgating lots, to, I think, the billboards and the signs that you hopefully see around the community, how we're trying to market, how we're doing things on social. It's the result of a lot of people that care, that put in the work, that try to be innovative, try to have new ideas. And then I think the byproduct is what you see on Saturdays. And so I've been so tickled with those first 3 home games, the type of environment that we've been able to create. Our students have been a huge piece of that. I know they're on fall break today, but I have belief that they're going to come in here and hopefully come from the Millstone Festival on Main Street, come over here this afternoon and spend the evening with us. But it's been the result of a lot of hard work, but we're just now scratching the surface, I think, of what we're capable of. Eastern is a great place with great people, and together we can do great things.
Folks, that's Matt Roan, the Director of Athletics at EKU. Matt, I know you're busy. Go out there and continue doing what you do because things are moving so fast here. I mean, I feel like we're already ready for kickoff. We're still 90 minutes away before the Colonels take on Abilene Christian today at Roy K. Stadium. Appreciate your time, sir.
I appreciate it always. Thank you.
That's Matt Roan, the Director of Athletics here at EKU. Folks, we'll step aside for a quick break and come right back here to the Colonel Courtyard. It's the EKU Tailgate Show on the Colonel Club Facebook page, WBON TV, and the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote.
Hey fans, this is A.W. Hamilton, head basketball coach. I know a lot about basketball, but I'm no expert on real estate. One guy that is an expert, though, is Andy Strickland. Andy is with Turftown Properties. He's a local realtor that can guide you through today's hot market. If you're curious about the current value of your home, contact Andy. He can be reached at andy@turftown.com. That's andy@turftown.com.
Jackson's Restaurant is ready to keep your stomach full. Whether you want to eat in our clean restaurant or get it delivered with DoorDash and Colonel Delivery, Jackson's has the best home-style food in town, the best hearty meatloaf in the state, and creamy mac and cheese. Your taste buds will thank you. Eat anytime breakfast or try the Big Hoss Boss Challenge meal and see if you can finish in 20 minutes. Let Jackson's cater your next event. Jackson's is always looking for motivated employees. Jackson's Restaurant on South 3rd Street in Richmond.
The Botany Bay is Kentucky's #1 place to buy things that you like to do stuff with. A place full of stuff and cool people to help you pick the stuff from what they have, including tons of brand new stuff you didn't even know you needed. This month, take 25% off this cool stuff and 15% off this cool stuff. 3 locations, a friendly staff, and a free rewards program. The Botany Bay is the place to buy cool things that you like to do stuff with. Or visit our cool website at thebotanyBay.net.
Cars of Kentucky was once again voted the #1 pre-owned automobile dealership in Madison County. Some of the reasons why include the friendliest local staff. All prices on the vehicles are clearly marked. Plus, they have a great updated website that has all the inventory listed. Cars of Kentucky has a great location. Whether you need a gas saver, a truck, SUV, Cars of Kentucky has all the best brands. Cars of Kentucky, 356 Big Hill Avenue, or give them a call at 624-CARS.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cokedeck, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond.
We can't wait to see you.
Celebrate every season at Chenault Vineyards. Colonel fans, come celebrate EKU football wins with the lovely views and delicious drinks at the Vineyard. Rent out one of the many event venues at the Vineyard for after parties, holiday gatherings, showers, or more. Chenault Vineyards is the perfect place to stop by for live entertainment and events that everyone will enjoy. Like Chenault Vineyard on Facebook or follow them on Instagram to keep up with who will be taking the stage next at Chenault Vineyards, Barnes Mill Road in Richmond.
We're back on the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote, and streaming live on WBON TV and the Colonel Club Facebook page. We appreciate you joining us here, folks, on the EKU Tailgate Show, which is powered by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. And we got a ton of great sponsors that help us be here. But don't forget about Richmond Beer House, the perfect place to celebrate after a Colonel victory. Maybe drown your sorrows after a Colonel defeat. They are located over in the South Porter Plaza in Richmond. If you love live music, check out the Richmond Beer House over in the South Porter Plaza. Like them on Facebook. They also have Rody's Barbecue, so it's like a food truck inside of the bar there at the Richmond Beer House. So if you like good barbecue, good brisket, street tacos, they got all those over there at the Richmond Beer House on South Porter Plaza. Michael Watkins here with you on the EKU Tailgate Show as we bring you live coverage from the Colonel Club Court, or the Colonel Courtyard here at the tailgate lot. EKU last week used a suffocating defense and balanced offensive attack to earn a 20-3 victory over Tarleton at Roy Kidd Stadium last Saturday afternoon. Matt Jackson led the Colonels' defense with 10 tackles, while Kyle Bailey added 7 stops. EKU also got interceptions from Joseph Sales and Eli Hairston, giving the Colonels their 4th game with multiple interceptions this season. Offensively, Dejon Hewitt paced the rushing attack with 119 yards on 26 carries. And while I'm here, I'm going to have Austin. Austin, we'll play those highlights, just the video version of the highlights of our of last week's game while we're recapping the big win for EKU last week. Parker McKinney completed 12 passes for 157 yards and added 67 rushing yards and a touchdown on the ground. Patrick Nations converted both of his field goal attempts, including one of those from 48 yards out. Now, these are your highlights, which is brought to you by Botany Bay. Highlights of last week's game are brought to you by Botany Bay in Richmond and in Lexington. With 3 locations here in Central Kentucky, Botany Bay is your favorite place to buy stuff to do stuff with. EKU allowed a season-low 237 yards of total offense and became the first team to hold Tarleton to single digits since McNeese State did in the 2016 season opener. Snapping a streak of 59 consecutive games for the Texans with at least 10 points. And we also see EKU scored the lone touchdown of the first half on a 30-yard touchdown run by McKinney that put the Colonels up 7-3 with 1:35 left in the first quarter. The Colonels threatened to tack on another 6 points in the second quarter when McKinney hauled in a 42-yard pass from Jiron Mitchell that put EKU inside the Tarleton 5-yard line. However, EKU settled for a 22-yard field goal from Patrick Nations and took a 10-3 lead into halftime. EKU's defense found the end zone for the 3rd consecutive week to end the game last week as Eli Hairston returned an interception, 39 yards for a touchdown with 8:15 to go in the game. The Colonels have now intercepted 9 passes this season, returning 3 of those for scores. Jaden Higgins led all the Colonels receivers with 4 catches for 62 yards, and Keandre McGlure also added 34 yards rushing on 7 attempts. EKU finished today with 199 yards passing and a season-high 217 yards rushing. EKU wraps up its 4-game homestand today against Abilene Christian. It is the first game of the ASUN WAC Challenge, and that is a recap of last week's win for the Colonels. Those highlights brought to you by Botany Bay, your favorite place to buy stuff to do stuff with 3 locations in Central Kentucky, including one right here in Richmond. Folks, it's the EKU Tailgate Show right here on the flagship station for Colonel Sports 100.7 The Coyote. And we're also live streaming on WBON TV and on the Colonel Club Facebook page as we look around the Colonel Courtyard and see the live music taking place. The EKU women's soccer team is here in the courtyard with us today as they are signing autographs for those youngsters that will be heading over to RKS today to witness the Colonels take on Abilene Christian. It's a big deal because it is the first day or the first game for EKU as a member of the AQ7, the ASUN WAC Challenge. EKU facing its first test as a member of the ASUN WAC Challenge. They'll square off with Abilene Christian. Kickoff is set for 6 o'clock, so an hour and 15 minutes away. The game will air live right here on the flagship station for Colonel Sports 100.7 The Coyote. Greg Stottlemyre, the longtime play-by-play voice of EKU Sports, will have the call for you, with Jim Tyree serving as the analyst and Wes Chandler providing the sideline reporting for the game today. The audio broadcast again will air live here on the radio station, and you can also hear it worldwide on EKUsports.com. Inside today's series, so it will mark the first ever meeting between EKU and Abilene Christian. EKU is playing its 4th consecutive home game. The Colonels have not had 4 straight home games in the regular season since 1955, so it's been a long time coming for EKU. Since they've had this many home games in a row, hoping to continue the success that they've had in their previous 2 games here at home. and we need that support we've had over the last few weeks as well, folks. Get out here and support the EKU football team. They have been playing so good. Even the game against Indiana State, which they lost on the last second play when time expired on that game-winning touchdown by Indiana State. I mean, the crowd has been electric, and I know it's a fall break and students maybe have gone back home, but if you're here in Richmond, even if you're not an EKU alumni or an EKU student, and you're looking for something to do today, the Millstone Festival is going to be going on till 11 o'clock tonight. So you can come over here, you can watch the game. Then when the weather cools down, you can go check out the Millstone Festival, be a part of that. But EKU football is the place to be at with the Colonels, their first ever game as a member of the ASUN WAC Challenge. Folks, we appreciate you tuning us in here on the EKU Tailgate Show. Lots more information to get to, including what has been taking place today, this week. The Colonels hosting their fourth and final home game of this current homestand, facing Abilene Christian, with a kickoff set for an hour and 10 minutes away. It's the last night game of the season, and it's also Youth Sports Day, in which all youth teams are encouraged to attend and participate in the game day experience. This week, the Colonels, again, hosting their fourth consecutive home game, with Youth Sports Day being a big deal. Youth Sports Day will begin with the Colonel Courtyard space opening today at 3 p.m. All youth sports kids can receive a complimentary ticket and discounted tickets for family by visiting the link that's provided on the EKUsports.com website. At halftime, all kids are encouraged to meet at the bottom of the hill and run out through the team entrance as the team does prior to the game. So it's a big thing today for all those kids who are football players and youth sports players. They can take part running out of the EKU football entrance today. So that'll be very cool, a thing that'll take place at halftime today. Today's game will be the first ASUN WAC Challenge conference game for the season for EKU. In addition, with an evening kickoff, the light shows will return to light up Roy Kidd Stadium maroon today. The game day experience began this morning at 9 a.m. when the parking lot and tailgate lots opened. The Colonel Courtyard also serving the place to be today with the live music that's taking place with Emma Zink and Nick Haynes. Band and Spirit Squad performances will also be taking place, and of course the EKU women's soccer team is over here to our right. And folks, there's also food trucks and inflatables for the kids. There's a field goal kicking game the kids can play over there, which, by the way, is a lot harder than it looks. I see why Patrick Nations is such a good field goal kicker for EKU, because it's harder than it looks. Let me tell you, I tried to kick one from like 20 feet out and couldn't even get it close earlier when we were setting up for the tailgate show today. Today's game also will feature the EKU libraries. They will be featured within different elements of the game day experience today. And while you are inside Roy Kidd Stadium, don't forget to enjoy the variety of concessions offered by EKU Dining Services and Aramark. This weekend's featured item of the game is a smoked brisket sandwich. This item can be purchased at the central concession location inside the main concourse. New items for 2021 also include a ribeye steak sandwich and a Polish sandwich a Polish sausage as well. So new items. If you are coming to the game, come hungry, because there's lots of cool things to take place with the inside of Roy Kidd Stadium. You can also round out your EKU athletics experience this weekend by attending the EKU soccer match tomorrow at 1 p.m. at the EKU soccer field. That'll take place tomorrow. And don't forget about the Stadium Lights show that will be played after EKU scores, in between quarters, and other crucial moments of the game today. Folks, there is no reason why you shouldn't be here at Roy Kidd Stadium. Come out here, support EKU football as they take part in their first ASUN WAC Challenge game today against Abilene Christian. We're going to hand it off to Greg Stottlemyre, Jim Tyree, and Wes Chandler around 5:30, so hang out with us until then. We'll come right back here to the Colonel Courtyard in just a few moments on the EKU Tailgate Show, live streaming on WBON TV, on the Colonel Club Facebook page, and right here on the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote.
If you love live music and ice-cold beer on tap, look no further than the Richmond Beer House, located at 218 South Porter Drive. The Richmond Beer House is the perfect place to come hang out after a big exam, watch a game with some friends, or just blow off some steam after class. While you're there, enjoy some of the famous Roadie's Barbecue on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday inside the bar. Slow smoked brisket, pulled pork, tacos, and more are the perfect combination with one of the mixed drinks or 10 beers on tap at the Beer House. Stop by and see for yourself, or like Richmond Beer House and Roadie's Barbecue on Facebook. Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Locally family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is a full-service construction company offering full-service home maintenance. Bluegrass Restoration specializes in wind, fire, and water damage and mold remediation. With 24/7 emergency services, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is here to serve during any emergency. All services are performed in-house with no subcontractors. No job is too big or small for Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. Give us a call at 859-353-1133.
At Yingling, as America's oldest brewery, we've been doing what we love for nearly 2 centuries. Brewing great beer that brings people together. Like friends catching up at their favorite spot or getting together to watch the game. Kicking back, going out, or going all out. Yingling Traditional Lager has been at the center of good times, and we'll be there for the next round. Yingling, to good times ahead.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Hey fans, this is A.W. Hamilton, head basketball coach. I know a lot about basketball, but I'm no expert on real estate. One guy that is an expert though is Andy Strickland. Andy is with Turftown Properties. He's a local realtor that can guide you through today's hot market. If you're curious about the current value of your home, contact Andy. He can be reached at andy@turftown.com. That's andy@turftown.com.
Live here on the EKU Tailgate Show, powered by Bishop Small Engine Repair, here with EKU Women's Soccer head coach. Coach, you know, you guys are over here signing, or the ladies are over here signing autographs to our right, but you all coming into this first season as a member of the ASUN Conference. We're here today seeing what the fans are out here supporting EKU football. We got to remember, it's not just football. You all have a lot of different sports here at EKU, and what would you tell fans that are out here at tailgating for football that would make them want to come over and watch you all play soccer right across the road over here at the soccer fields?
Yeah, well, it's a significant injection into the arm for the soccer program, right? Like I think it's a move that we're super excited about. The ASUN and women's soccer it's a powerful conference. It's one in which you've got teams that beat Power 5 teams almost consecutive non-conference seasons, right? There's a lot of quality opponents that can go toe-to-toe with most teams in the entire country. So for us, it's a pretty significant step up from the OVC. It's one that I think we're working into, right? And I think we're recruiting towards that new level, and I think we've done a really good job with that. But it's one that we have high expectations for ourselves. So for us, we don't care if a team is gonna beat Mississippi State or whatever turn whatever result they have. We expect to win every game.
You know, when you look at soccer in general, it seems like the athletes are getting better. The sport itself is getting better. It's getting more exposure, and I think that because of the country, turning more attention towards soccer is also a big reason for that. What have you seen as far as the attention that's being paid to your sport?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been wonderful. We've broken our attendance record in consecutive seasons, right?
Wow,
so, this past my first season in 2019, we tripled the attendance record when we hosted UK, and then this season we broke our record, that previous record again when we hosted UK this fall. So it's something that we're really enjoying the community's involvement with the program. I think it's something that we want to continue to push for and have as many fans as we possibly can at the game, because the quality and the product on the field is something that we're very proud of. We play a really aggressive attacking style, got a lot of really young players, and we've got some senior leadership that are talented as well. So it's a really nice blend of people. They're wonderful women, and we're very excited about the direction.
Well, for the fans that are here, you talked about the attendance. Maybe if you're not an EKU student, the fans that are driving downtown right now or that are watching us on the live stream, what would you tell them to make them be like, man, I got to go check out this soccer team? What kind of, whether it's the way you all play, the competition, like what would bring fans in to watch you all play soccer?
Yeah, well, I think, this non-conference season, we broke our scoring record. We've scored 19 goals on the season until this point. We've got 11 goal scorers on the season so far. So we're not just relying on one player to do everything for us. And I think that's a statement of the quality, right? The effort put in by the assistant coaches and our staff to go out and recruit the best possible players that we can, and really raise the profile of the team. But I think you're going to see an experience of athletes that are fast. We play fast, we run fast, we press fast, like very similar to AW and what he does with basketball. I think we've tried to implement a similar kind of mentality and a brand and just a grit in the way that we do everything. Because the people of Kentucky, they're gritty people, right? Yeah. And so for us, we need to reflect the people of the community of Richmond and Kentucky as a Commonwealth.
Well, we actually had the local districts here, Madison Central and Southern, the two local high schools. Their district championship was decided this morning, going to, I think, a double overtime victory for Madison Central. They pulled one out, I think, with like 2 seconds to go on the double overtime session. It's been a fun season. I've actually got to go out and see some of these girls play and some of the guys play as well. And it's crazy to me the local talent that we have here in Madison County and Central Kentucky as well, because there's the athletes are so good, and you've seen that obviously being a coach. Then that was one of my next questions as far as recruiting goes.
Yeah.
You see the days of huddle now, and live streams for different events, and with COVID last year, I'm sure it made recruiting a lot more difficult because you couldn't go out and see a player in person. Maybe you still could, but not as easy as you could have in the past. So recruiting-wise, what has that been like for you? Fighting the pandemic, and now with all these new things at your fingertips to see players.
Yeah, well, I think it emphasized the staffs and the coaches that were willing to have the highest pain tolerances, right? Yeah. So it's harder to sit and watch film because it's harder to see, right? You got blurry images, you got rain going on, you got noise, like all this stuff. But at the end of the day, it's about how hard you're really willing to work for the program, the hours that you're going to put in front of the screen as opposed to being at the field. But I think for us, we really emphasize our 6-hour bubble is what we refer to is if you live within 6 hours of the university and you're a player of quality, we need to know who you are, right? So for us, it's really making sure the best players in Kentucky stay here. They don't go up the road to the school in blue. They don't go over the way, to the birds, right? It's about coming here and being a part of this process and a part of this family.
When you look at your team, you got a big game tomorrow at 1 o'clock, right across the road again here from Roy Cade Stadium. So talk about that game and being a member of this new conference, what tomorrow's game and the rest of the season looks like for you all.
Yeah, for sure. So we started our divisional play with a win on Thursday against North Alabama, which is something we're very proud of. We scored 3 goals in that game. That's 3 of our 19 on the season, and it's really it's an opportunity for us to get another step forward in the direction that we want, right? Player for player, I think there's a really talented team that's coming in on Sunday. But for us, if we work and we compete and we have the grit that we know we're capable of, like we're going to be in every game this season. And then I think, for us, it's that next step. Can we do it every single game?
Well, Coach, you got this game tomorrow. Tell folks where they could go to keep up to date with you. With the EKU Sports website, you got Twitter, Facebook. Those things make it a lot easier to follow your team. So tell the folks where they can go to keep up to date with you all.
Yeah, so you're going to go to our Twitter, which is EKU_soccer, and then our Instagram is probably our biggest social media presence, which is just EKU Soccer.
There you go, folks. There you go. Follow along with Matt and his team. Big game tomorrow. Check them out at 1 o'clock right across the way here from Roy Cade Stadium, as they'll be having a big game tomorrow. Senior day, too. That's a big thing. And you talked about how young you all are as well.
Yeah, we've only got 4 seniors on the team this season, just a few juniors behind them. This senior class is one that invested an immense amount into the program. New coaching staff, new direction, new culture. They need to be honored and celebrated in the right way.
There you go, folks. That is Coach Matt Kensuke, am I saying that right?
Kazanuke.
Okay, there we go. I was close. I was trying there to get that. So we appreciate you coming by and talking to us. Good luck to you and the team tomorrow and the rest of the way as well.
Thanks, man.
Folks, one more commercial break here on the EKU Tailgate Show. Lots more to get to when we come back, so don't go away. We're coming right back here to the Colonel Courtyard on the WBON TV and Colonel Club Facebook live streams and on the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote.
Hey fans, this is A.W. Hamilton, head basketball coach. I know a lot about basketball, but I'm no expert on real estate. One guy that is an expert, though, is Andy Strickland. Andy is with Turftown Properties. He's a local realtor that can guide you through today's hot market. If you're curious about the current value of your home, contact Andy. He can be reached at andy@turftown.com. That's Andy at turftown.com.
Jackson's Restaurant is ready to keep your stomach full. Whether you want to eat in our clean restaurant or get it delivered with DoorDash and Colonel Delivery, Jackson's has the best home-style food in town, the best hearty meatloaf in the state, and creamy mac and cheese. Your taste buds will thank you. Eat anytime breakfast or try the Big Hoss Boss Challenge meal and see if you can finish in 20 minutes. Let Jackson's cater your next event. Jackson's is always looking for motivated employees. Jackson's Restaurant on South 3rd Street in Richmond.
The Botany Bay is Kentucky's #1 place to buy things that you like to do stuff with. A place full of stuff and cool people to help you pick the stuff from what they have, including tons of brand new stuff you didn't even know you needed. This month, take 25% off this cool stuff and 15% off this cool stuff. 3 locations, a friendly staff, and a free rewards program. The Botany Bay is the place to buy cool things that you like to do stuff with. Or visit our cool website at thebotanyBay.net.
Cars of Kentucky was once again voted the #1 pre-owned automobile dealership in Madison County. Some of the reasons why include the friendliest local staff. All prices on the vehicles are clearly marked. Plus, they have a great updated website that has all the inventory listed. Cars of Kentucky has a great location. Whether you need a gas saver, a truck, SUV, Cars of Kentucky has all the best brands. Cars of Kentucky, 356 Big Hill Avenue, or give them a call at 624-CARS.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Kokeduk, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond.
We can't wait to see ya.
Celebrate every season at Chenault Vineyards. Colonel fans, come celebrate EKU football wins with the lovely views and delicious drinks at the Vineyard. Rent out one of the many event venues at the Vineyard for after parties, holiday gatherings, showers, or more. Chenault Vineyards is the perfect place to stop by for live entertainment and events that everyone will enjoy. Like Chenault Vineyard on Facebook or follow them on Instagram to keep up with who will be taking the stage next at Chenault Vineyards, Barnes Mill Road in Richmond.
Welcome back into the EKU Tailgate Show, which is powered by Bishop's Small Engine Repair on North Estill Avenue in Richmond, folks. Check them out. And it's time to get a new mower or power or small engine. Check out Bishop's Small Engine Repair on North Estill Avenue in Richmond or online at bishopsmallenginerepair.com. Today it's the EKU Colonels taking on the Abilene Christian team from out of Texas. Another team out of Texas coming in here to take on the Colonels, as we saw last week with Tarleton. EKU will play a lot of teams out of the state, the Longhorn State, this year. Our Tailgate Show is officially covered by Kentucky Farm Bureau agents Rader, Hornsby, and Mayo here in Madison County. The EKU Tailgate Show coverage on the Coyote and WBON TV is covered by Kentucky Farm Bureau agents Rader, Mayo, and Hornsby here in Madison County. Welcome, special thanks to Coach Matt from the EKU women's soccer team for joining us here on the Tailgate Show as we look ahead to the game today. EKU and Abilene Christian squaring off today. It is the first ASUN WAC Challenge conference game for the EKU football team, and they're looking to get a big win. They need your support, though, folks. Get on over here, get yourself over to RKS, and enjoy a good football game on tap as the Colonels open up conference play today. They'll head back out onto the road next week, have the bye week, and then come back home here on Halloween. There's the guy. You got time to chat with me? Get on over and talk to us. We got you a seat right over here. Come on this side. I got A.W. Hamilton. Listen here. This guy is – you got way too much energy, Coach. But it's good, though. It's good, right?
How we doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
So let's talk about this football game today first, and we'll talk about your Colonels being picked second in the conference when you guys get going. But Abilene Christian, it's a big deal. It's the first conference game for Coach Walt Wells. I know you guys have been going over there and supporting them all year long, and the atmosphere has been crazy amazing these first 3 games at home.
It's been unbelievable, and I tell you, when he runs down that hill and the team runs down the hill, I get goosebumps every time I watch it. But, you know, I love his team.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a chance to speak to those guys, so I know a lot of those guys. He's got a great group. They love him.
Yeah.
They play with a lot of passion. And their defense has been lights out, you know, just getting turnovers.
Making big plays like you guys do on the court.
Making big plays. So and I just talked to Parker's dad as I was walking over here to you, and what a great quarterback they have. They got a winner, you know. So
exactly.
But listen, I know nothing about football, but I love coming to Eastern Kentucky football games. I come to every one of them, and you know, I sit on the other side on the 20-yard line so I can sit down there and watch the game, and I have a blast watching them.
Well, let's talk about your basketball teams. What came out this week, you guys are picked second in conference play. Now, preseason polls, they don't really mean a whole lot, and I'm sure you guys don't take a lot into that either, but Moreno picked, I think, as the player of the year, Cooper Robb, defensive player of the year. So what does that mean for you guys and your team as you head into the season?
You know, I'm excited for our guys. When I got here, I think our first year we were picked 11th in the league, and then our second year we were maybe picked 9th, and then last year we were picked 4th. So we're going in the right direction. We didn't deserve to be picked number 1 in the league. Liberty deserves that. But I love that Michael Marino got that recognition. I thought last year he was an all-conference player. I think Cooper Robb, he's an elite defender, so it was neat to see him get rewarded as preseason defensive player of the year. And then Jamaru Brown and Braxton Beverly voted by the coaches in the media as first-team all-league guys. So I'm excited for those guys. Our goal isn't to finish second, though, in the league. So, we appreciate the recognition. We're new to the league, but we're picked, we didn't deserve to be number 1.
Well, let's talk about your team. We had Jansen Williams on the sports show with us a couple of weeks ago, and you're bringing in him. You're bringing in some other guys that have transferred in. Those guys are going to be exciting to watch. You bring in the freshman from Frederick Douglass. It's going to be exciting to watch. Then you bring back a guy that folks may have forgotten about because of the injury-plagued season last year. You just mentioned his name, Jamaru Brown. I mean, this guy was a beast 2 years ago before the injury last year. It's a good problem to have, but you guys are crazy deep this season. As a coach, that's got to make you excited too, because you got all kinds of different lineups you can play around with as well.
Yeah, no question. In the way we play, we need depth. We've been top 3 in the country in tempo since I got here. We've been top 5 in the country in steals per game, forced turnovers per game, and we like to get up and down. Yeah. So it's great that we got great depth. I was telling some people earlier. We got 13 guys that can all play. Like, we've had 2 inter-squad scrimmages. They've been great. We had one today, and the score ended up being 89-89. So I'm excited about this group. I want to say this: Taytay Blanton is the most improved player we've have. Our first inter-squad, he had 44 points.
Oh my gosh!
He played at the end of last year. He was 236 pounds. He's down to 212 right now. He's transformed his body. He looks like a different human. And he's been lights out. And today he has 20 and 10 in the inter squad. So I'm excited. I think everybody pretty much is really familiar with our team.
Yeah.
But if you watched us real close late, you saw Taytay Blanton come on.
Yeah.
And then what you saw at the end, he's off the charts now. So I'm excited for our fans to see Taytay.
I think you talked about the fans. You guys have had a lot of success bringing people into Alumni Coliseum the last couple of years, but with the new conference play and then the new players you're bringing in and guys that are from Kentucky. You look at Beverly, who transferred, he was at Perry County Central before going to play at Hargrave for you. You got so many other guys, Rob and Marino. There's so many guys that people know and they're going to be excited to watch. But for those fans that are clueless about basketball here at Central Kentucky, what would you tell them to get out there and watch EKU this season?
I think why people love our guys so much is because how hard they play. Yeah. There's not a loose ball they won't dive on. We play an exciting brand of basketball. Like I said, we've been top 3 in the country in tempo since I've been here. These guys led the country in steals last year. We're number 2 in the country in forced turnovers. They were number 8 in the country in scoring. They're exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And then you think about us, okay, we got more Kentucky kids on our roster than any team in the state. And, I'm from Kentucky. I take great pride in this state. I love Kentucky basketball. So, the high school basketball. So, we want to bring in the best Kentucky kids that we can possibly bring. And then you look at our team, and how do you not love some of these guys, all of these guys,
yeah.
But, like a kid like Cooper Robb, how do you not love that kid?
Yeah.
Michael Marino.
Just hard-nosed, gritty player, yeah.
Kurt Lewis, how do you not love that kid? Those 3 kids, I mean, they're phenomenal. I mean, I could go through all of them.
Yeah.
Our fans are going to they're going to absolutely love this group, though, because, you know, we're an older team. We're much more mature than we were last year, but our average age is 23.
Yeah.
You know, we bring in, you know, Braxton Beverly and Jansen Williams. Both those guys are 24 years old. Both of them have played in the NCAA tournament. You bring in Iron Bennett, who's 24 years old. You know, he scored, 9 points and averaged 5 rebounds in the Conference USA. And you bring in Trevin Wade, who's an older kid. So, I really think they'll really like this group. They know how to play. They play well together. They move the ball really well. But, look, this is a special place. This is a special place. There's special people here. These guys are going to lay it out on the line every single night for Eastern Kentucky and our fans. It's going to be hard not to come to the games.
I'm ready, man. Listen, and I can't talk to you or Coach Wells without getting fired up for football season or basketball season, and I got to kind of be in there in the rec center working on my own game and see you guys practice some. I mean, and the intensity you guys are practicing with, if it's half of that on the game day, I mean, it's going to be insane how much fun you guys are going to be watching. I know you're excited about it. Coach and I appreciate you stopping by. Listen, folks, EKU basketball ticket sales are already on, so you can go on EKUsports.com. Well, we got right around a month away from the start of the season.
And listen to this. So you play 31 games in a regular season.
Yeah.
All right, 17 of those games are going to be at home.
Wow.
This will be the most home games we've had, maybe in a long time. So it's a great value to get season tickets. And listen, we've broken 18 school records in 3 years since I've been here. And our goal is to break our 19th school record before we even play a game. We want to set the school record most season tickets ever sold. And we're on pace for that. But I need people to, buy their tickets, secure their seats. We're going to do something next week where you come in and pick your seat. We're going to do a lot of cool stuff, but it's going to be exciting.
So they need to get on Twitter and Facebook now, follow you guys to keep up to date with that. That'll be something cool to do. And then, I think with some of the teams you all are bringing, talk about that. Maybe that'll get the fans excited as well to come here and watch some really good, talented teams and players come into Alumni Coliseum.
Yeah, so some of our non-conference home games, we got James Madison, who they won the CAA, the Colonial League last year. We've got Marshall, who drew, they're one of the top 3 teams in the Conference USA.
You're pretty familiar with that program, right?
Yep. And then we got Northern Kentucky, which will be a great home game for us, an in-state rival. We got Eastern Illinois. We got Albany at home.
Okay.
We got some really, really good home games that I think people will really enjoy coming out to see those games.
Yeah, and then conference games as well, so that'll always be big. And then, I think Kyle Rode played at Liberty. He was an LCA here in Lexington when he was in high school. So there's some names you're going to remember and notice whenever you see EKU playing against some of these teams in the ASUN Conference this year. So, Coach, appreciate the time, my man.
Appreciate you, brother.
AW, what's your prediction today? You always give us one.
31-10.
31-10, I like it. You're EKU, right?
Oh, yeah, good guys. 31-10, good guys.
One more commercial break, folks. We'll come back here on the EKU Tailgate Show. Do not touch that dial.
If you love live music and ice-cold beer on tap, look no further than the Richmond Beer House, located at 218 South Porter Drive. The Richmond Beer House is the perfect place to come hang out after a big exam, watch a game with some friends, or just blow off some steam after class. While you're there, enjoy some of the famous Roadie's Barbecue on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday inside the bar. Slow smoked brisket, pulled pork, tacos, and more are the perfect combination with one of the mixed drinks or 10 beers on tap at the Beer House. Stop by and see for yourself, or like Richmond Beer House and Roadie's Barbecue on Facebook. Support your favorite team with apparel from Campus Warehouse in Richmond. Whether you're an EKU fan or you're a part of the Big Blue Nation, Campus Warehouse has something for you. Stop by and see their new line of Old Road t-shirts, because guys, we know Saturdays are for the boys. Plus, they have the cutest seasonal tees for the ladies. And Campus Warehouse now carries a new line of tees for the kiddos as well. Visit campuswarehouserichmond.com or stop by their location in the Richmond Center next to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Locally family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is a full-service construction company offering full-service home maintenance. Bluegrass Restoration specializes in wind, fire, and water damage and mold remediation. With 24/7 emergency services, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction is here to serve during any emergency. All services are performed in-house with no subcontractors. No job is too big or small for Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. Give us a call at 859-353-1133.
At Yingling, as America's oldest brewery, we've been doing what we love for nearly 2 centuries. Brewing great beer that brings people together. Like friends catching up at their favorite spot. or getting together to watch the game. Kicking back, going out, or going all out. Yuengling Traditional Lager has been at the center of good times and will be there for the next round. Yuengling, to good times ahead.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Hey fans, this is A.W. Hamilton, head basketball coach. I know a lot about basketball, but I'm no expert on real estate. One guy that is an expert though is Andy Strickland. Andy is with Turftown Properties. He's a local realtor that can guide you through today's hot market. If you're curious about the current value of your home, contact Andy. He can be reached at andy@turftown.com. That's andy@turftown.com.
We're back on the EKU Tailgate Show here live on the flagship station for Colonel Sports 100.7 The Coyote. Michael Watkins here with you today as we are setting you up for Colonel football here on 100.7 The Coyote. Again, the flagship station for EKU Athletics is where you can hear every EKU football game and every EKU men's basketball game. We also carry EKU women's basketball on one of our sister stations, 92.5 WEKY. We'll have that coming up later on this season, this year as well. It's now time, folks, for the Turf Report on the Tailgate Show, brought to you by Andy Strickland with Turftown Properties. Tonight, the Colonels taking on Abilene Christian on the new turf here at RKS, and the weather conditions look pretty good right now. It is an absolutely perfect, beautiful day for college football here in the Bluegrass, and it's 54 degrees. It's supposed to be the low today. A 10% chance of rain, but there's not many clouds up in the sky, so it should be absolutely perfect weather when the Colonels kick off today against Abilene Christian. That kickoff is less than 45 minutes away. We got 42 minutes until the kickoff of the big game today. That is your Turf Report, brought to you by Andy Strickland with Turftown Properties. Andy is right here in Madison County. Call him today if you're buying or selling at 859-509-2561. Folks, as you make your way over to RKS, that's Roy Kidd Stadium today, you may be wondering, where can I get some good EKU apparel? Well, Campus Warehouse is your place to go for tailgate and game day apparel. Over in the Richmond Center, they've got EKU polos, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and so much more. Celebrate EKU athletics at Campus Warehouse, your place to go for EKU tailgate and game day apparel in the Richmond Center. Here live on the Tailgate Show today as EKU sets to take on Abilene Christian here in about 11 minutes or so. We're going to hand it over to Greg Stottlemyre, Jim Tyree, and Wes Chandler, the EKU Sports Broadcasting crew, as they'll get you set for the game today between EKU and Abilene Christian. The first conference game as a member of the A-Sun-WAC Challenge for the Colonels, and it should be a good one as EKU looks to get a victory in their first ever game against Abilene Christian. EKU is 51-21 all-time in conference openers, and EKU won 19 consecutive conference openers from 1981 to 1999. And listen, it's getting loud here. The EKU band is marching by. Austin's got a good shot of the band members there. We'll have them take over the broadcast here for just a moment. We appreciate them. And listen, the marching Colonels, they do a great job right before the kickoff of the game. They'll be down on the field today, so if you make your way over to Roy Kidd Stadium, you can watch the band perform, and you can see this awesome band as they go live here on the field today, and they play that Pat Benatar classic before every EKU home football game. I'll tell you what, EKU has been blessed with some really good defense early on in the season. Davion Ross has broken up an FCS by a best 9 passes this season, and EKU picked 3 A-Sun Weekly Awards after defeating Tarleton last week. Linebacker Eli Harrison was named A-Sun Defensive Player of the Week after he had that pick 6 and a pretty good defensive performance as well. Kicker Patrick Nations earned A-Sun Special Teams Player of the Week. Nations bombed a 48-yard field goal in the win last week. And running back Dejon Hewitt was selected A-Sun Freshman of the week. EKU held Tarleton to just 3 points in the win on homecoming Saturday last week, the fewest allowed by the Colonels since a 31-0 victory over Austin Peay back in 2014. So it's been a while since EKU was able to hold a team to 3 or fewer points. They did that last week in the win over Tarleton. And EKU rushed for 217 yards in the win over Tarleton, which marked Eastern's highest rushing total since the Colonels ran for 230 yards in a 22-10 win against Tennessee Tech back in 2019. And how about this number? 40,428 fans attended the Colonels' first 3 home games of the season, the most over any 3-game home stretch since the first 3 home games of 2003. So very impressive, the number of fans that have made the trip over to Roy Kidd Stadium here in the last few weeks. Folks, I'll tell you what, if you're looking for something to do today, obviously there's so much going on here in Central Kentucky, but you also want to check out some live music tonight over at Chenault Vineyards in the Page Hill Reception Hall. Bourbon Roll will be performing tonight. It's $10 per ticket. You can get your tickets at the door or purchase them online at eventbrite.com. There'll be drinks, food trucks, music from Bourbon Roll, and a fun night tonight at Chenault Vineyards. It's a fun day here today as EKU taking on Abilene Christian. The kickoff is now 37 minutes away here at Roy Kidd Stadium. We'll step aside for our last commercial break and come back. We'll set the plate for the game today with Jackson's Restaurant when we come back, and we'll give you a prediction for the game today on the EKU Tailgate Show live on the Colonel Club Facebook page and WBON TV and on the flagship station for Colonel Sports, 100.7 The Coyote.
Hey fans, this is A.W. Hamilton, head basketball coach. I know a lot about basketball, but I'm no expert on real estate. One guy that is an expert, though, is Andy Strickland. Andy is with Turftown Properties. He's a local realtor that can guide you through today's hot market. If you're curious about the current value of your home, contact Andy. He can be reached at andy@turftown.com. That's andy@turftown.com.
Jackson's Restaurant is ready to keep your stomach full. Whether you want to eat in our clean restaurant or get it delivered with DoorDash and Colonel Delivery, Jackson's has the best home-style food in town, the best hearty meatloaf in the state, and creamy mac and cheese. Your taste buds will thank you. Eat anytime breakfast or try the Big Hoss Boss Challenge meal and see if you can finish in 20 minutes. Let Jackson's cater your next event. Jackson's is always looking for motivated employees. Jackson's Restaurant on South 3rd Street in Richmond.
The Botany Bay is Kentucky's #1 place to buy things that you like to do stuff with. A place full of stuff and cool people to help you pick the stuff from what they have, including tons of brand new stuff you didn't even know you needed. This month, take 25% off this cool stuff and 15% off this cool stuff. 3 locations, a friendly staff, and a free rewards program. The Botany Bay is the place to buy cool things that you like to do stuff with. Or visit our cool website at thebotanyBay.net.
Carson, Kentucky was once again voted the #1 pre-owned automobile dealership in Madison County. Some of the reasons why include the friendliest local staff. All prices on the vehicles are clearly marked. Plus, they have a great updated website that has all the inventory listed. Cars of Kentucky has a great location. Whether you need a gas saver, a truck, SUV, Cars of Kentucky has all the best brands. Cars of Kentucky, 356 Big Hill Avenue, or give them a call at 624-CARS.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Celebrate every season at Chenault Vineyards. Colonel fans come celebrate EKU football wins with the lovely views and delicious drinks at the Vineyard. Rent out one of the many event venues at the Vineyard for after parties, holiday gatherings, showers, or more. Chenault Vineyards is the perfect place to stop by for live entertainment and events that everyone will enjoy. Like Chenault Vineyard on Facebook or follow them on Instagram to keep up with who will be taking the stage next at Chenault Vineyards, Barnes Mill Road in Richmond.
Back here on the EKU Tailgate Show, we're live on the flagship station for Colonel Sports 100.7 The Coyote, where you can tune in to every single moment of the play-by-play action tonight as EKU takes on Abilene Christian today. And tell you what, folks, how about Cars of Kentucky? They are the official pre-owned car lot of the EKU Tailgate Show at 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or visit carsofkentucky.com. It's time to set the plate for the game today, and nobody sets the plate like Mama used to. If you are missing home cooking like Mama used to make sure to check out Jackson's Restaurant in downtown Richmond. Jackson's Restaurant also on Facebook to stay up to date with what's going on at Jackson's Restaurant in downtown Richmond. We'll set the plate for the game today. Abilene Christian enters Saturday's game with a 3-2 record, including an 0-1 mark in the ASUN WAC Challenge. The Wildcats own victories over Louisiana College, UT Permian Basin, and Lamar. And the Wildcats have 3 defensive touchdowns on the season and are tied for the national lead in that category with EKU. Also Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Campbell, Jacksonville State, and Stephen F. Austin. Wide receiver Kobe Clark ranks 6th in the nation with 5 receiving TDs. And quarterback Stone Earl is currently 7th nationally in completion percentage and passing touchdowns. Abilene Christian is allowing just 10.7 yards per kickoff return as well. And that's setting the plate for the game today with Jackson's Restaurant. Jackson's Restaurant on Facebook and located in downtown Richmond. Folks, Greg Stoudemire, Jim Tyree, Wes Chandler will have the call on the network broadcast today. If you can't make it out to the game, make sure to flip your radios or keep your radios on 100.7 The Coyote for the broadcast of today's game. Time for our prediction. EKU head basketball coach A.W. Hamilton said 31-10 EKU. I see this one getting out of hand as well for the Colonels. I think they put up some points. I'm going to say EKU wins 35-14 over Abilene Christian today. And Walt Wells and this EKU men's football team pick up their first win as a member of the ASUN WAC Challenge. Colonels win 35-14, my prediction for the game today. Folks, thank you for joining us here on the Tailgate Show. For our radio producer, Bill Clary, and our TV producer, Austin Hanks, I'm Michael Watkins. We'll see you next week on the Tailgate Show. You can listen to it live on the Coyote leading up to next week's network program pregame show. For all of us, go Kerns! We'll see you next time on the EKU Tailgate Show on the flagship station for Colonel Sports 100.7 The Coyote.